What should you actually pay a chief AI officer in 2026? The answer can range from a few $100,000 to several $1 million in total compensation. The reason is simple. Companies are using the same title for very different executive roles.
According to CORE1's 2026 salary guide, chief AI officers in the United States typically earn
Between $280,000 and $650,000 in base salary. At Fortune 500 companies and frontier AI firms, total compensation can move well beyond $1.5 million once equity, target bonuses, signing incentives, and make whole awards enter the package. The biggest mistake is treating every chief AI officer role as the same job. In reality, the market breaks into three broad tiers. A mid-market CAIO is often the company's first dedicated AI executive. They may manage a small applied AI team, prioritize automation opportunities, and decide which technology vendors to use. The typical base range is $280,000 to $400,000. An enterprise CAIO has a broader mandate. This executive may lead a team of 20 to 100 people,
manage a multi-million-dollar budget, oversee vendor relationships, and report AI risk to senior leadership or the board.
The typical base range rises to $400,000 through $550,000. At Fortune 500 companies and frontier AI firms, the role becomes even more strategic. Base salary can reach $550,000 to $900,000,
with equity and incentives pushing total compensation into the multi-million-dollar range.
Public salary sites often miss the most important part of the story: equity. Base salary is the easiest number to report, but it may represent less than half of the real package. At the enterprise level, annual equity value can range from $400,000 to $1.2 million. At the Fortune 500 and Frontier AI tier, annual equity value can reach $1.5 million to $4 million or more. That is why two compensation figures can look contradictory and still both be accurate. One number reflects salary. The other reflects the economic value required to close an executive-level offer. 5 factors explain most of the difference. First, regulated industries, such as financial services, healthcare, and pharma, often pay more. Second, larger organizations need a CAIO who can lead at enterprise scale. Third, markets such as the Bay Area, New York, and Seattle carry a geographic premium. The final 2 factors are increasingly important: regulatory ownership and technical depth. A board-facing AI strategist is not the same hire as a deeply technical executive expected to evaluate architecture decisions and lead complex AI implementation. Not every organization needs a full-time CAIO. A full-time hire makes sense when AI is becoming a board-level priority, when the company has meaningful regulatory or audit exposure, and when the internal AI organization is large enough to require a single executive owner. When only 1 or 2 of those conditions are true, a fractional head of AI may be the better investment. The business gets strategic guidance and governance ownership without committing to a 7-figure annual package before the organization is ready.
Before launching the search, align the compensation committee on the level of the role. Approve the salary band,
Define the equity package, and set bonus metrics that can actually be measured. The most important takeaway is this: choose the role before you price the role. When the job description tries to combine a board-level strategist, a hands-on AI architect, and a transformation leader into one position, the search becomes slower, more expensive, and much harder to close.
Start with the business need. Then build the compensation package around the executive who can actually solve it.
Contact the CORE1 team today for your specialized AI hiring needs.